So we want to thank you for coming to the Taste the Trend today. I'm Helen Cook, and I've been a Bon Cook consultant for 20 years with a big gap in there, and just started back up a couple of months ago, but love the product. It's all I use. It's all my kids use. It's all their kids use. So I'm happy to share it with you today. Today, we are doing 3 kinds of, what is it called? Granola. So the first one is pumpkin spice granola, and that is in the oven now. I have 2 of them in the oven. I'll walk through what was in them, and then I'll make one while those cool, and then that one can go in. So the pumpkin spice granola, I believe you have the recipes, called for whole rolled oats, shredded coconut, pepitas, which I didn't know are pumpkin seeds, chopped pecans, cinnamon, pumpkin pie spice, salt, egg whites, coconut oil, pumpkin puree, pumpkin syrup I did not have, so I used maple syrup, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, a teaspoon of pure vanilla, and a cup of dried cherries. You don't put the cherries in until the very end. And so those were mixed up and put onto a silver or bonMAT. And they have been in the oven now for 20 minutes. They're going to cook for 40. Maybe they've been in for 30. They've been in for 30. So this is the pumpkin one. And the directions say for every 10 minutes to take it out and stir it up, because if Paul can zoom in here a little bit, you can see that the edges are a little bit browner. So we want to mix it all up so that it cooks evenly. I think basically all we're doing is just drying it out a little bit. So this is the pumpkin spice one. And this one has the pecans. And this is the pumpkin. And this one is sweet and salty chocolate. There's no chocolate in it now because it would all melt. So the chocolate goes in it 20 minutes after it's cooled. And this one has cashews in it. Just gonna mix it up. La la la. And then put it in for another 10. And then I think that'll be about it. So kitchen timer, 10 minutes, start. All right, and that sweet and chocolatey one had the oatmeal, cashews, salt, egg whites, olive oil, maple syrup, banana mash, pure vanilla extract. It says a pinch of lavender salt, which I don't have. So I used this Bon salt. And then this one's going to have the dark chocolate chips at the very, very end. So those are the 2 that we've got started. And Eco Chop. This is a great tool. This is what I use to cut up all those nuts. And I'm just going to do some extra ones now because I'm going to be making pecan tartlets in the next day or 2. So we have the pecans in the Eco Chop. Put the lid on. I'm sure you've seen this in most of the presentations. And we're going to pull this handle, I don't know how many times. That was 10. Yeah, and that's pretty finely chopped. So I'm going to put these on one side. And the reason that I'm doing the granola that I chose, the cranberry orange one in front of you, is because one of the ingredients in this is applesauce. And I don't buy applesauce, and I don't really have any use for applesauce. So I'm going to show you a super easy way to make applesauce in the microwave in like no time at all. So we'll leave this again. So we'll give it a little rinse out. I have lots of the super old tools that I still absolutely love. So this apple needs to be peeled, and then we're going to chop it up finely. And we're going to put it in the microwave in a round mold. You can zoom in on that if you want, Paul, with an octagonal silpat on top. And I have no clue how long we're going to cook it for. I think we're probably going to do 5 minutes and check it out and then see if it needs any more. My husband's favorite knife, the Santoku. My favorite knife. You get a treat tonight because I'm actually going to tell you another great recipe that I love. That's kind of along the lines of the granola. It's what I call my 3-1-1 recipe. It's a recipe that I got from my daughter. And you put 1 cup of honey, 1 cup of peanut butter in a microwave safe bowl. And then you zack it in the microwave and keep stirring it. It doesn't need very long, maybe like 2 minutes, but stir it so that it gets blended in well. So 1 cup of honey, 1 cup of peanut butter in the microwave till they're blended. And then you add 3 cups of oatmeal. And essentially that is the recipe. At that point, my daughter makes them into little balls and sets them on a silpat and puts them in the fridge. But I put in chia seeds, coconut, chocolate chips, raisins. Everything's a platform for raisins for me. And then put it in the fridge. You could also put it in the freezer just to set it up. And I like to put that in this tray. I think it's called the bar tray, but it's perfect to press those breakfast bars in and let them cool in the refrigerator. And they're a perfect size to wrap up and send to the kids for school. And I know my friend Jen's listening, and I know that's what she does for her kids. She's been a great sponsor of telling everybody how much she loves to cook for me up in Idaho. So we have that apple in the large round mold. It's not very much, but the recipe only calls for 1/3 of a cup. So this might even be overkill. Probably my #1 used item, large round octagonal silpat. Use it for everything. All right, so while that cooks, the cranberry orange had 3 3/4 cups of old-fashioned whole rolled oats, 1 cup of sliced almonds, which we did in the Eco Chop, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt. Now, 1 egg white. So I have this handy dandy little tool for separating my eggs. The only person that I know that scrapes out my egg. I'm probably splashing it everywhere. So, dun, dun, dun. So making all 3 of these granolas, I have 5 egg yolks. So I told my husband he's going to get creme brulee, because all that is sugar, egg yolks, and heavy whipping cream. But so good. So good. All right, we'll use our bonMAT Whisk. Because my instructions say whisk the egg white 15 to 20 seconds until foamy. Boom. It's more than 15 to 20 seconds. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Next ingredient, 1/3 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. I scrape everything. Whisk not want not. 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. Did you see? I just splashed it all over me. That's why I need an apron, Eric. I am a messy cook. Oh, then we need the applesauce, which is cooking. 1 tablespoon of orange zest. I only have these baby oranges. And who knows what a tablespoon is? I'm a terrible measurer. But things like cinnamon and all that stuff, I don't think you can go wrong with a little bit too much. It's probably more than a tea, right? Teaspoon. Oh, tablespoon. Yeah, let's just keep going. Probably do the other one too. What do you think, Paul? Have I done more than a tablespoon? I don't want that done yet. All right, so you got that 3-1-1 recipe. Honey, 1 honey, 1 teaspoon, peanut butter, and then 3 oatmeal, and really whatever else you want to add to it. Maybe in the comments you can put some suggestions. Said I use chia seed, cranberries or raisins, chocolate chips, coconut, nuts. It's good. All right. We're calling that a tablespoon. 1/4 of a cup of fresh orange juice. Oh, this hasn't been opened. I never open these tops. So I always just kill it. Check 1/4 cup fresh orange juice. Maybe I'll look at my apples now because I don't want to like all the things. All right, anytime you use a large silpat, the large round mold with an octagonal silpat, you always need to vent it. Otherwise you'll get steam burns. And those are no fun. I think that's going to be good. So, space. I think my granola also beefed at the same time, Paul. So, we're going to get these 2 out now and let them cool. Looking good. And right now I'm going to put my husband's dinner in the oven. Come here. This is what we call scallop potato casserole. It's got thin sliced potatoes, then ham left over for Thanksgiving, then cheese, and then a couple of layers of that with cheese on top. So he requested this. And our apples for the applesauce are going to go in the Eco Chop. I think you can add sugar to these, but it said unsweetened applesauce, so we just got straight apple here. I think they are Honey Crisp. I'm bummed that I splashed all that maple syrup over me. I didn't want to wash this top yet. A third. Is that what we said? 1/3. Look at these. It's probably better too than the bulk kind. At least we know that there is nothing else in it, just pure apple. Pack it down. Think so? Oh, there's another 1/4 cup here. No, we're not going to use it all. I'll try and be good and follow the directions. So we've got the applesauce, orange zest, orange juice, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you go to Mexico for vacation, buy your vanilla there. This was like $10 or $15. And this is Helen measuring. That's a teaspoon. Now we're gonna give it a good stir. On all 3 of these, when I started stirring, I'm like, oh, I don't think I have enough liquid. It's not gonna take it all. It's gonna be too dry, but not at all. You can see it's mixing in here. Spread with granola on an even layer in the bonMAT. Bake 40 minutes. Same as my scalloped potato casserole recipe. Oh, I should have told you. After you've layered everything and you put your cheese on top, you actually add about 3/4 cup of milk and just pour that into it. All right, separate. That's an English thing. I think I'm going to cook it on a silpat. I got this out. Maybe we'll just use this. We'll use the FlexiPan instead, seeing as my large silpats are in use. The FlexiPan has a little lip on it, which is nice. But now we have the product that everybody used to ask me for when I first started selling this in 2005. They've always wanted something with a lip. I'm going to show you in a minute because we have the most amazing sale right now on. Maybe this one I shouldn't spray it out so well because I don't really have a lot of room in my bowl. When I make that 3-2-1 recipe, before I got that bar tray, I just used to put it in here and smash it down and then put it in the refrigerator. So there we go. This is going in the oven. And we'll set the timer for 10 minutes so that we don't forget to stir it. And the pumpkin. Right, what can I get rid of here? We can get rid of this. Get rid of this. Gives me a bit more room. So the pumpkin one. Allow granola to cool for 20 minutes on the baking sheets. Hasn't nearly been 20 minutes. Granola gets crunchier as it cools. Pour into a large bowl and stir in the dried cranberries. Cover tightly and store at room temperature for up to 3 weeks. Granola will lose its crunch over time because of the wet pumpkin. So let's see how cool it actually is. I'm always a disaster waiting to happen. That's the pumpkin one. A few extra pieces. There's a pumpkin one. This is not as much actual quantity, I don't think. Yeah. A few pieces got left behind. All right, I mentioned there's a flexi flat that I have in the oven now with the granola on it. That's called bonMAT. This is the item that everybody wanted when I first started selling. They wanted a silk hat with big sides. And at the time, we didn't have the technology or the right material to make something that was sturdy enough for the sides. This is $69. Right now, it is two for $69. So you definitely want to get that great deal. I have two. I use two sometimes two at a time. My daughter Mackenzie wants another one. But if you don't think you'll use two, use it as a gift for somebody. The other item that's on sale is the large loaf. And this is $45. There's also a small loaf, but a mini loaf. It's also $45, but I don't own that one yet. So this is nice for little loaves to give away or to freeze with like leftover soup for individual portions. So those are two of the sales, three of the sales if you count the loaf. All right. I think that this is cool enough that we can add the cranberries. This is part of my set of free spatula, which I love. They were on sale yesterday, so don't get mad that you didn't know. Look at this, yum. Actually, I think I would add more cranberries. This was one cup of cranberries, but I like them a lot, so I think I would use a little bit more. And then you can cover these and keep them for up to 3 weeks, it said. Probably put them in a Ziploc bag or in a airtight Tupperware type of container. The other one is this one. Now this is a little bit, oh, I did it right. This one calls for the mini chocolate chips. And I think I don't mind if they melt a hair. We will see. So those of you that have kids that are still in school, you can pack little Ziploc bags of salty granola for them. So the only one that we've got left now is the cranberry orange. That actually won't be done for another 20, 30 minutes. And when that one comes out of the oven, it gets another cup of cranberries. Eric, I think I'm done.
Well, that was very fast.
I told you I'd be fast. Is it too fast?
But I think you did a really good job. I just put the link to the two trays you talked about. And also, we've got a special right now going on for the month of December. The Christmas tree tray and the Christmas tree mold, which you probably haven't seen in a while, are now available in very limited quantities. When they're gone, and they're at a great price. The tray's $30 and the mold is $25.
And if you can fit a party in before, well, to get stuff back for Christmas, you probably want it before the 17th.
Yeah,
So,
we haven't got the exact date yet. I will have that out soon, but you're about right in the date range.
yeah, but if you have a $600 party, you can get those two, the tree tray and the tree mold, and two rectangular trays. just for having a $600 party. Plus, you get a half price item. Plus, you get $60 in free money. So get with your consultant and book yourself a party.
All right, everyone, if you have any questions, this is the time to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we're gonna sign off. And thank you, Helen, so much for coming in and saving the day. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Such a wonderful job, Helen. We loved watching you.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
I think the only question we had was on the 3-1-1 recipe. And I think I did it right, which was 1 cup peanut butter, 1 cup honey, 3 cups rolled oats.
Yeah. So your peanut butter and your honey, you're going to do in the microwave until they're kind of blended a little bit. Because and I like to make them actually with crunchy peanut butter just to give them a little bit more bite. But either crunchy or creamy is just fine.
Baby Alice likes watching Grandma.
Hey, Ben. My videographer says that I have to thank him. So my husband Paul did the videoing. Because I told Eric, I'm so intimidated because I'm the worst tech person in the world.
Well, it all worked out well. So again, thank you so much. I think, oh, they want to know after you do that, do you refrigerate it?
Yes. Sometimes I've frozen it to get it hard, and then like when I made it in the Flexi Flat, and then I would cut it into pieces and put them in a Tupperware container and then keep that in my fridge. But it doesn't have to be frozen, especially if it's in like the bar. It's going to be that shape, so you can just put them in the fridge until they've cooled and then put them in a container. I like to keep it in the fridge though, because especially mine that I put, all the other stuff in, they can get soft.
Makes sense. All right, I think we've got all the questions answered and we're good. So thank you all for attending. Thank you again, Helen, for stepping in, and thank you, Paul, for being our techie guy on site. Appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
Everyone have a good night. And if you have any questions afterwards, you can email consultant support or info at bonCook or anything with bonCook, and I'll get it and get back to you. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.